Right, so this is it. We're back on the Hyundai i40 1.7 CRDI. Yeah, this front sort of splitter, which was rather nice, is not quite so nice anymore, so I've been asked to sort of take that off. We did the sort of mini service yesterday, sort of did the coolant, did the screen wash, did an oil and filter change, did sort of investigate everything to do with the turbo. So there's quite a few things to check. Obviously all these sort of little pipes, check everything, check the vacuum actuator on the turbo for the variable sort of geometry. There's an EGR valve there, put some EGR sort of cleaner through it. Down in the depths there, which we can't really see, that's the EGR cooler, EGR cooler vacuum actuator, whose job is to, majority of the time, cool the exhaust gases so it can sort of put it back through the intake and sort of burn them again for a cleaner running car. When the engine is cold, I believe it's closed basically, which will allow the hot exhaust gases to go through the intake and warm the engine up faster. So that actuator was good, that actuator was good. There's no sort of actual play in the sort of turbo itself. Turbo looks healthy, no problems there. Intercooler and pipes, everything looks okay there. Continuity checked these two valves. Bear with me. Yeah, so these are the two valves. Continuity checked it. Basically, it's only sort of two wires on each. Continuity checks okay, but I've got a feeling one of them was, or potentially sort of both of them, were kind of sticking, so they weren't operating when they ought to be. I couldn't sort of trust them, to be honest, so those are the ones that we took out. And that's a sort of genuine Hyundai one, and that is a Pierberg one, which I believe is the same as the one which has gone in there. Can't really see from here, but anyway, so they've been changed. Took it for a drive last night. It's absolutely rapid now. It's got so much power. No more P0299 or the other code, the EGR code. Yeah, so the car is very, very good now, very powerful, and that's good news really. So that means I can sort of put this beauty cover back on the engine and give it a little wipe over, and under the bonnet I think is done. Right, so that's it. Don't be the guy who leaves things in a mess. Don't leave oil everywhere, and you know, clean up as you go. Try and make it look as nice, make it look like you've done something, because you know, sometimes, especially when you change the oil and you check the oil and it's black immediately, it's like, you know, oh, he hasn't done anything. But I might give a little blast off with the hose later as well, but obviously you don't want to get too carried away with blasting things. Yeah, again, this sort of check engine light would come on. It would be very persistent. It wouldn't have any sort of power at all. Yeah, and you'd know very quickly if the problem was solved. And yeah, the problem is solved. It's you know, you've got to be careful you're not doing burnouts now and spinning up the tyres all the time. So yeah, good news there. It looks a bit nicer as well under there. I'll give this a bit of a clean. Again, you know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. It's not a bad looking car. I'd say this actually used to be my car, so you know, I've got a bit of a soft spot for it. I got it on 50,000 and we sort of rehomed it, just gone a sort of 100,000. You know, did all the routine servicing myself, did the sort of transmission oil changes, even though it's sort of lifetime fluid, you know, which is complete BS. You know, it depends how how much of the lifetime you want to sacrifice because you don't want to do the work. But yeah, so it's had all the brakes, had the fuel filter before, obviously lots and lots of engine oil changes, brake fluid flush, coolant flush, new radiator, you know, bulbs and just general generic stuff, to be honest. So yeah, that's all done under there. We'll be back.